So now we're on to the second part, and we're going to go through each of these questions one step at a time. We're on section 2, and again, part A is the videos. Watch all the part A's. I notice in your packet it says part A, part B. The first part is part A. If you just turn a little bit further in your packet, it then says part C. That's very, very, very strange. That is strange. I don't know where part A went. What I'm going to do is just, I guess I'm going to have to work on part B, and then you're going to have to do part C on your own on this packet. I apologize for having messed that up a little bit. Part C, there we go. Yeah, I guess that's what we're going to have to do. So I'm going to do part B. I don't know what I did or didn't do with part A. I guess I just messed up. So let's take a look at number 11 now. Number 11 says, diagram below, line segment L and M intersect at the center of the circle. There it is right there. What is the measure of X? Now, X is this angle out here. Look, we have intersecting lines here. As soon as I have intersecting lines, what I'm thinking is vertical angles. But the vertical angles are the ones that are across from each other. So this guy is 47. What I have to keep in mind is that this X here is adjacent to. Adjacent means next to. It's next to 47. And if you notice, together they make a straight line. A straight line is, you can notice by how I'm drawing here, it's a half a circle. Now, if a whole circle is 180 degrees, a half a circle is, if a whole circle is 360 degrees, a half a circle is 180. So to get X, I got to do 180 minus 47, and that is 133. So the answer to number 11 is choice B, 133 degrees. Now we'll go to number 12. Which term best describes AC in the triangle below? Well, the right triangle. Whenever I see a right triangle, I always want to, the first thing I want to do is draw a line across from the right angle and label that side the hypotenuse. So AC, well, that is the hypotenuse. That's the side across from the right angle. So we label that the hypotenuse. Now I go to the next one, which says, what's the measure of X in the diagram below? Well, X is a part of these two angles, and these two angles make up a right angle, just like next to it here, or adjacent to it. So they make up a right angle. So 67 plus what adds up to 90. So I'm going to do 90 minus 67. And that, folks, is 23, not 33. 33 would be a sloppy mistake. So the next one is 23. Okay, next up, number 17. Oh, I'm sorry, number 15. Mr. Sanders used a diagonal board to divide a rectangle garden into two sections as shown below. What is the length of the diagonal here, X? Notice that's across from the right angle, which makes it the hypotenuse, and this guy here is also 12. So I'm going to do leg squared plus leg squared is hypotenuse squared. So this leg is 5, this leg is 12, hypotenuse is X. So 5 squared plus 12 squared equals X squared. 25 plus 144, because 5 squared is 25, 12 squared is 144. Remember, squared means times itself. So 5 times 5 is 25, 12 times 12 is 144. Is X squared, same side, same operation. Add them up, I get 169 is X squared. I do the square root. And perhaps you didn't realize that the square root of 169 was 13. But you could then go over here with all the choices and figure out, well, what's 12 squared, what's 13 squared, what's 14 squared, and what's 15 squared. And if you did that, this is 144, this is 196, this is 225. 13 squared is 169. So the answer is choice B. Okay? And number 17, EF, parallel to GH, line K intersects both lines, blah, blah, blah. What's the measure of angle Z? So I'd like to do a little drag and drop here. This guy here is 40 degrees. If I drag it and drop it, I get 40 right here. Again, together they make up a straight line. So I do 180 minus 40 because a straight line's half a circle, which is 180, and I get 140 degrees, choice D. Another way to look at this, the 40-degree angle is acute. The angle Z is obtuse. If the two angles are both acute, they're equal. If they're both obtuse, they're equal. If one's acute and one obtuse, they're supplementary, they add up to 180. So 180 minus 40 is 140 degrees. Okay. And we got 2 more to do here. Number 18 and then number 19. Here we have 2 parallel lines cut by a transversal, which are alternate interior. Now, interior means that they have to be between the 2 parallel lines. So my answers have to be either 2, 3, 6, 7, some combination of 2, 3, 6, 7. 4 and 8 are outside, so it can't be 4 and 8. 1 is outside, it can't be 1. 3 and 7 are inside, 2 and 3 are inside. But here's the word alternate. Alternate means switch sides of this transversal. So 2 and 6 are switching sides, so they're alternate interior, and 3 and 7 are switching sides. There's my choice, choice B, 3 and 7. If you notice, 2 and 3 don't switch sides. Again, 2 and 3 are consecutive ones. They do not switch sides. So B is the correct answer to number 18. And number 19, if I want the slope, I have to get it in y equals mx plus b form. That's the general equation of a line. Notice here, this says 2y. I don't want 2y. I want 1y. Y equals, not 2y equals. So I'm going to divide everything by 2, and I get y equals 3/2. When it comes to slope, that's what we're talking about here. Do not change it to a decimal. 3/2 x plus 5. Now, one of the biggest mistakes people make here, the slope does not include the x. The slope is what is in front of the x. So I only want what's in front. The answer is 3/2, and that's it. Do not put an x. It's one of the biggest mistakes kids make all the time. Okay, part 2 is fini. We are all done with part 2. Now, we need to look for part C. All right, have a good one.